Alright guys, what's up? I'm making this video in my car right now, so if you guys hear anything, obviously I do apologize, but this is going to be the fastest way for me to make this video. But what's crazy to me is, obviously we're talking about Countdown. It got canceled. And again, you guys know I have been very optimistic about this because we knew sooner or later that this show was either going to get canceled or picked up on Prime. But again, it didn't shock me because from what I read, the writer or the creator or whatever stated that the way that the show ended, he was prepared for either a second season or not getting picked up. Now, again, I watched it because, again, I'm a fan of Jensen Ackles. I loved him in Supernatural. I think he's a good actor, and that's what drew me to the show. And I really enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the progress of the show, the story, the getting to know these characters, to, learning about, what Jensen's character went through with, him having a tumor in his brain, and then the one that he had an interest for of, how she had drug abuse because of her being undercover so long, and all these other characters. And especially with the way this ended, and it left it on a huge cliffhanger, and that's what happens with a lot of these shows, is they leave you on a big cliffhanger. And I hate when that happens, because when you get a show that you enjoy, and they give it on a cliffhanger, and regardless of whether they do this on purpose or not, it really leaves a sour taste in your mouth when the show does not get picked up. Now again, can the show be picked up? Maybe. I mean, stranger things has happened before. Because, look at Lucifer. Like I've said, Lucifer got picked up, thankfully, on Netflix. But will it ever, like when Siren, if you guys know that show, that didn't get picked up, and that destroyed me because I loved that damn show. And I was very upset to hear that the show got canceled. And I'm like, okay, so what are we going to do now? And then, now this show's been canceled. Is there a way this show can be picked up? I would say yes. The only way I think this show's going to be picked up, in all honesty, is unless it goes to another network. Now, again, what other network could they possibly do? In all honesty, I think that the closest network that they're going to be able to have it on is going to be either Netflix or maybe Stars. Again, with it being very graphic, being very adult rated, obviously, it happens. And I'm just going to say this for me personally, and I don't know if this happens with a lot of people. Every time I get into watching a crime drama show, it ends. I don't know why that is. It just does. Like, between Justified, and then they ruin the spinoff, in my opinion. They ruined the character. And then there was a few other shows, I can't even remember the name of them, that I really enjoyed, and they took it off. And then there was another show that I was going to try to watch, and they had Dan Kim in there, I believe I'm pronouncing his name right. And it was on Prime, and I hadn't watched it yet, and I was going to give it a shot because I like him too. He's a good actor. But now they canceled that, and I'm like, okay, should I even watch it? So, I don't know. I'm feeling kind of, butthurt about this, because I hate when they do this with shows. I really do, because you get into a new show, and it's a 50-50 chance if it's going to survive or it's not going to survive, or they only do a few seasons, and they could really do more in the story, or they could evolve the characters more, but they don't, and they just leave it out. And I'm hoping it gets picked up. If it does, it does. If it don't, it don't. But who knows? Like I said, stranger things has happened, and sooner or later, we're gonna know if it gets picked up or not. Again, my credit goes to Jensen. He performed a great character. All the other actors did well too. They did very well, and hopefully they'll find something else. I know there's supposed to be a spinoff on Soldier Boy that I'm looking forward to. So I don't know. What do you guys think of Countdown? Like, are you guys surprised by this? Are you upset by this? What is your thoughts? Let me know about it down in the comments. And like always, I'll see you on the next one.